Hooper, that's the USS Indianapolis.
You were on the USS Indianapolis?
What happened?
Japanese submarine slammed 2 torpedoes into her side, Chief. I was coming back from the island of Tinian to Leyte, just delivered the bomb. The Hiroshima bomb. 1,100 men went into the water. Vessel went down 12 minutes. Didn't see the first shark for about half an hour. Tiger, 13-footer. You know how you know that when you're in the water, Chief? You can tell by looking from the dorsal to the tail. What we didn't know was that our bomb mission has been so secret. No distress signal has been sent. They didn't even list us ever due for a week. On the very first light, Chief, the sharks go cruising. So we form ourselves into tight groups. You know, just like the old squares in the battle that you see on the calendar, like at the Battle of Waterloo, and the idea was that the shark come to the nearest man, and that man starts pounding and hollering and screaming, and sometimes the shark would go away. Sometimes it wouldn't go away. Sometimes that shark looks right into you, right into your eyes, and you know the thing about a shark is got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes. When he comes at you, doesn't seem to be living until it bites you. Then those black eyes roll over wide, and then you hear that terrible high-pitched screaming. The ocean turns red, and in spite of all the pounding and the hollering, they all come in and they rip you to pieces. You know, by the end of that first dawn, lost 100 men. I don't know how many sharks, maybe 1,000. I do know how many men, they average 6 an hour. Thursday morning, Chief, I bumped into a friend of mine, Herbie Robinson from Cleveland. Baseball player. Wilson's mate. I thought it was sleep, so I reached over and wake him up. He bobbed up and down in the water, just like a cannon top. Abandoned. Well, he had been bit in half below the waist. And on that 5th day, Mr. Hooper, Lockheed Ventura saw us. He came in low, he saw us, a young pilot, a lot younger than Mr. Hooper, in a way. He came in low, he saw us, and 3 hours later, a big fat PBY came down and started to pick us up. You know, that was time it was most frightening. Waiting for my turn. I'll never put on a life jacket again. So, 1,100 men went into the water. 360 men came out, and the sharks took the rest June 29, 1945. Anyway, we delivered the bomb.